And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Go ahead and say it, Ed. Go Tigers!
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
You like that? You like that?
F it. Jamar's down there somewhere.
In the room, saying select Marcus Davenport.
No!
Splash Brothers. Yeah.
It's playoff. Get going, Brace.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
What is up, y'all, and welcome to episode 62 of the Dirty Boot Sports Podcast. Who's this one going to be?
Jason Kelsey.
Gotta be.
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
Shout out to the New Heights podcast, #1 podcast in the world.
Me and you listened to that.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting.
Jason and Travis Kelsey. It's called New Heights. They're on like episode 6 now, and they're already the #1 sports podcast in the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's good. I've listened.
It's
to
almost
all
like
of it.
they're both really famous football players.
Almost.
Yeah.
And they have some guests on there too.
It's probably like they're going to be really
it's bigger
famous
than
football
Bussin'
players
with the
too.
Boys already?
It is my favorite podcast, second only to
Joe Rogan?
Dirty Boot Sports.
Oh,
bingo.
Good choice. Heard those guys are good.
So tonight we're going to talk a little baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball. Sting still there for some of us. Bill, not so much. Bill's still riding high.
He finally woke up from his nap after that 6.5 hour endeavor.
I'm still pissed the fact that the
took that
Astros
long.
had to play a doubleheader yesterday.
Hey, Ernie Banks
it's
always said,
not-
"Let's play two."
There you go.
It just
Only
it shouldn't have
playoff team in
happened.
history to play a doubleheader.
Twice.
Exactly.
God.
It's their second time doing it.
Well, what sucked is the first game was a tie, so they had to play another
Yeah.
one.
See, if only you could have found some way to had given yourself an advantage over the other team, you possibly could have ended.
Okay,
early.
so the
like if there could have been
if
like
we want to move on
trash
to
cans in Seattle.
Yeah, Pena had to have heard a bang right then, right? There was no reason for him to just randomly hit a homer.
I think the fans were too loud for you to hear the banging.
that's what she said.
They were worn out by the 18th inning.
Stole my job, Bill. Jerk.
You're slacking.
I was slow right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Bill's a marathon man.
All right, so yeah,
Let's get into it.
So
Baseball, and then we'll doing some NFL talk after. So, Bill, lead it off. Your team won.
I'll lead it off.
This is gonna be the happy segment.
The Astros and the Mariners played a marathon 18-inning game, 6 hours, 22 minutes, 42 combined strikeouts, only a few walks, no errors. That was a great
wow.
thing. I mean, it was a clean ball game, but it was
Wow.
just tense all the time. So Astros win 1-0. Jeremy Pena hit a home run in the top of the 18th.
Did he talk to Carlos Correa on the TV after that one?
He did not.
That was only after game one.
That
How
was
awkward is that?
That was a little awkward.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this guy's the reason that we didn't really care to sign you.
Yeah, because we knew we had a guy in the minor leagues that
That's
was
almost as good.
yeah. So
And not going to want $35 million a year.
he was. It was impressive.
Correa might come back, free agent.
Oh yeah, because I know they didn't sign him for his option.
He can
or
probably
whatever.
play left field.
left field. Yeah.
DH.
Nah, left field. Let Jordan DH.
Oh yeah, let him go.
Because he don't need to play the field.
That's true.
So
But yeah, they did it.
Yeah.
They swept. They kind of went away from the rust versus rest myth. that people are
defied that.
Yeah.
And as they talked about on, of course, I would listen to the Astros radio broadcast, and they were talking about how the Astros set their pitching staff up for that kind of game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they can go out and slug, but they can also run those pitchers out there and.
Oh yeah, there's no
Some
team better equipped for that because y'all have like 8 starters.
What was the pitcher count?
Everyone, right?
There was
I know the
like 18 pitchers.
The Mariners used their last bullpen guy, which was Robbie Ray, who is a usual starter. They used him in the 18th inning. So I don't know what their next step was. It's probably just Robbie Ray till someone scores. But
well, they said yesterday that in the playoffs that Scott Service said that Ray was only going to be doing bullpen work.
Yeah.
He was not going to. He wouldn't start.
We saw that work in game one.
The defending Cy Young Award winner, Robbie Ray.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And also the only lefty on the Mariners.
Which makes no sense.
I don't understand that crap still. But yeah, the Astros, they have you got McCullers, Garcia, who y'all used for the last five innings. Yes. The last 5 innings was Garcia.
Yes.
That extended the wait time. He added at least 10 minutes to that 6
While
hours.
he was rocking the baby to sleep.
Yeah, that pitch clock's not going to be. It's not going to be good for him.
Oh yeah, he's going to need to go away.
He's going to have an issue with that.
Kirby
he's
for the
put that baby to
Mariners.
sleep way quicker.
Yeah, 18.
What a
Eight
melatonin.
pitchers
You
for
got to hire
the
a sitter.
Astros and 10 for the Mariners.
Wow. Well, it helps when you have Garcia throw 5 innings at the end there.
Is that?
Oh,
you think record wise, most pitchers ever used in a game?
It's got to be up there.
Yeah, I have no idea though.
Yeah, heck of a series win though.
We'll get our research staff on that.
And hey, good for the Mariners. They looked like they belonged. And
This
that's
is
something
as
Seattle's
close.
been dying
It's
for.
as close of a sweep as there could have been.
Yes.
Everyone,
The Mariners could have won every one.
This
of
could
them.
have been
yeah.
3-0 Mariners.
It could have. It could have.
And that's got to hurt their fan base. But you know what? They got to be excited about the future.
Oh yeah,
over there in
they're
Seattle.
a year ahead.
And Julio Rodriguez made a catch in the.
Yes.
We had. I know
Runners on second and first, I think.
First and second, Bregman hitting, and then Gurriel hitting, and he hit a burner to right center, and I thought 2 runs were going to score, and Rodriguez just
Was that in the 17th?
It
was late.
It was late, but it wasn't. I don't think it was that late.
The research team got back to us. They are not even close. The record is actually 24 pitchers used in a single game, and that was in a 15-inning game. That was back in 2019.
Was it
the Red
postseason?
Sox and the Giants?
Postseason or regular? It's got to be regular because they never met in the World Series.
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird.
Giants
when it
won.
was okay to go arm for arm.
That's true.
That's back when you can pitch by matchup.
You didn't have the three batter.
Oh yeah. When did that start? Last year? Year before?
COVID
year. Okay. Yeah.
Interesting thing for the Astros though, none of their guys had a third of an inning. It's all clean innings. 6, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 6.
This might have set the record for length because when this article was written, 6 hours and 5 minutes.
That ain't what she said.
Was the record for game duration.
Seriously.
Whoa.
Was the Rays in 2017. So unless they've had one go more than 6 hours and 22, this might have been the longest game in history.
Wow.
And I think
that's something.
The Mariners, the comment about them being all the pitchers going full innings, the Mariners only had a man on second once.
The whole game?
Yes.
One guy in scoring position. Holy moly.
You can't win games like that. You can't do it.
I was looking to see
immaculate pitching, terrible hitting. What's the answer, Bill?
The pitching was good. It wasn't 42 strikeouts. Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we talked about it.
About split between the teams too.
Seattle had guys overperform this year, hitting wise.
Yeah.
Like Ty France. I never heard of the dude till this year.
Yeah.
Eugenio Suarez had a great year.
They had guys overperform for him besides Julio Rodriguez.
Cal Raleigh, their cleanup hitter.
Exactly. So it's kind of like they came back down to earth a little bit in their first time playing in the postseason.
Yeah.
So it's just going to make them better.
And it was interesting that Kalenic started for them like every game because he got sent down, I believe, in September.
Numerous times.
And dude, he made some plays yesterday.
Yeah, he's been up and down all year and he's never really been good.
I mean, he was the guy that the Mets sent as like the centerpiece for that deal for Edwin Diaz.
Yeah.
A few years ago.
Really?
That was the guy that they sent.
Shout
was the big guy.
Shout out to Gurriel over there. 8 at bats, 0 strikeouts.
Yeah,
that's awfully impressive.
Wow.
And no, Dubon didn't have it at bat.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
And then
Bregman.
Ty France over. I'm looking at walks.
Bregman and Gurriel both were hitting the ball well yesterday.
So, are you scared of the Guardians or the Yankees, or the Phillies or the Padres?
I'm not scared of anybody. Now, who would I rather face? Yeah, the Yankees don't bother me.
They shouldn't bother you right now.
There's no reason that
they're not showing up.
Shouldn't win at all.
I think I'm more scared of the Guardians because I'm less familiar with them.
Yeah,
I'm just not. I mean, when I watched them,
You don't see them play a lot.
y'all beat the Yankees like 3 times in the LCS recently, right?
oh yeah. So I mean,
It'd be a new test.
and the fact that we played them not too many weeks ago. I mean, them and the Mets. I mean, I was feeling pretty good.
Like 6-0 the whole season, I think, against the Yankees.
I think we were 7-2 or 6-2 with them. But I mean, it was it was pretty handy.
Getting the
we're in the territory of it's the Astros or the field right now.
Yeah, the
If you're
World
picking.
Series odds are probably insane.
They're in the minus money for sure.
Because I think getting the Dodgers and Braves and I guess even the Mets out, like that just
those
that
were
changes
the 4
it
teams.
drastically.
Those were the 4 teams that I talked about.
The Phillies scare me like the Nationals.
Yeah.
I mean, I think of them like the Nationals.
Yep.
And that I didn't see that coming.
We can transition into that because as I watched the first game of that Braves series, I had like this feeling in my heart. I'm like, this Phillies team might win the World Series.
Yeah, when
it felt like that.
Max Fried has that kind of outing in Game 1. I'm not saying I didn't think it was over, but I was like, crap.
And that was one you had to win.
Yeah.
You have your rotation set. You got to win that one. You know what I'm saying? Your ace has to go out there and perform. And
it wasn't necessarily as much about how bad Fried pitched. It's how good the Phillies hit.
And they capitalized on opportunities.
Every time.
They continue to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's
They have.
jump into the game yesterday, right?
Yep.
I would love to know their batting average with runners in scoring position.
It was ridiculous.
Reese Hoskins finally showed up, right? Bryce Harper's doing Bryce Harper things, and
they did all this without Schwarber.
The last two games they've played, they have come in clutch scenarios. They've executed, and that is literally what's made the difference.
Yep.
And I'll tell you one of the most, and here again, I mean, I was pulling for the Braves. I'm a Braves guy too, and when they walked Schwarber and Hoskins, wasn't it Hoskins?
Yeah,
I don't know what that decision was.
I said that to Chance during the game. I said,
yeah, he wasn't happy with that.
I said, you don't walk Schwarber and just give Hoskins that, like, because they're both due. But given the situation,
Hoskins is way more due.
And honestly,
what was he, 1 for 11 at the time?
He was 0 for 17 in the.
That was his first year in the playoffs.
Yeah,
it was 0 for.
I think Schwarber was like 1 for 15 or something.
But if we're being real, Strider shouldn't have been in the game anymore.
He shouldn't have been.
You see his velo drop from 99 to 93 between innings.
94.
94 is what he topped out.
But
at.
when both of those guys are power hitters,
I can throw 94.
Can we back up real quick though to that Spencer Strider?
Yeah. Month off.
What was?
And it
I mean, is it the time off?
Absolutely.
No, he's been trying to squat so much weight to build those legs up.
Yeah, the thighs look good.
We didn't know he was going to make the postseason roster till the roster came out.
Yeah,
that's how big of a question mark it was.
I mean, it was. I don't want to use the word uncharacteristic, right? It was just an odd performance from him.
No, it was uncharacteristic by far. I mean, we're talking about a guy that had over 200 strikeouts this year as a rookie, and had one of the. I think they said the best rookie season as a pitcher since Yu Darvish.
Wow,
he didn't.
Who came over as like a
he didn't look like
comfortable
Strider.
older guy.
He didn't.
He
look
looked good in the
comfortable.
first inning, and something that everybody on Twitter was talking about even before the game. They're like, he has not simulated pitching, sitting down, pitching, sitting down. He never practiced taking, like, in between any breaks.
Yeah.
So we didn't know how he was going to respond with that. That's why he was available out of the bullpen in Game 2. Like, we didn't know if he was going to be a starter. We just knew he was going to be used.
But he left him in 3 batters too many.
Yeah. As soon as he goes out there and you see the velo drop, you have to pull him. Not only for you're the game's sake, but for his sake. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
something went wrong.
That's on Snit right there. That's on Snit.
What happened with Morton yesterday?
He had another freaking injury.
He took a shot off the elbow.
Off his elbow while his pitching
elbow?
Yes.
Yep. Pitch and elbow.
What the crap?
I mean, it came off the bat. It came off the bat weak. It didn't.
He probably had a 70-something velo.
When he gets hit in the foot last year?
Well, he broke his leg last year.
Yeah, broke his like tibia or something.
And if you go watch it in slow motion, he did the opposite of what he should. His body went one way, but his elbow went the opposite way.
He was trying to backhand it.
Yeah, his elbow went out, but his body shifted in, and he caught it right on the elbow, and he pitched. How many more batters?
He finished that inning, and then and I told y'all this when we were watching. I'm not worried about this inning. I'm worried about him sitting down, getting stiff,
getting
coming
cold,
back
It's
out.
always,
cooling off.
it's always when you stop.
And they said Snit said the warm up didn't look good.
During his warm up pitches for the next inning, Snit was like, the eye test told me everything I needed to know. So I went out there and they pulled him. And
Which is the same eye test he should have used when Strider's
Exactly.
velo dropped the day before.
The only thing with that is there's a thing, and I'm telling you, I've referenced this on the pod before. Pitchers say that there's a difference in like warming up and like in the bullpen and on the mound than when you're actually pitching.
Sure.
Eric O'Flaherty said he would throw upper 80s in the bullpen, warming up to come into even like the biggest of games.
Yeah.
He gets on the mound, 96. They said that adrenaline is like no other. And looking back on it,
So
it didn't really matter that he got hurt. Honestly, I mean, it was just going to delay the inevitable.
He wasn't pitching well.
wanna-
anyway.
He wasn't pitching well at all.
I'd like to cover another sort of controversial part of that of the game yesterday. So we take a shot left center,
Yep.
right? Harris misjudges the ball.
Awfully.
He badly misjudges the ball, right?
Yep.
Left center shot. Left field is backing up center field. Okay? It's left
Any
center.
day of the week.
Right? Ronnie is sitting in right field. No part of this.
Ronnie's shaded toward the right
No,
field pole.
he's no part of the play other than to do the
Harris
classic.
had to run it down, right?
He
had to-
He is there to do as a baseball player nothing but simulate that you're engaged so that you don't look like you stood and watched. So he, sort of trots over like he's going to be part of something.
Well, he busted it for a few yards,
but no more than he needed to.
and then
right?
he saw that he wasn't going to beat Harris.
So
to the ball.
two things came out of this play, right? First inside the park home run in 93 years in a
playoffs.
postseason game.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
No, I think it was something different because there was one in the 2015 World Series.
I think it was the first one
By
by
catcher.
Yeah, something by catcher. or
Okay.
something like
All right.
that.
So
It
and
was
then
still historic.
which is fine. That's great. Wonderful metric. Good for him, right? But the interesting part was how much the announcers tossed shade at Acuna.
Yes.
It was
for not
John
being there.
Smoltz.
It's so
Everybody
stupid.
thinks I'm blowing it out of proportion whenever Smoltz calls games for us. He hates the Braves.
I took his number off the Hall
That's
of
who
Fame
it
the other day.
was, Chase. That's who it was the whole time. It was John Smoltz.
I mean, I
The
could
Braves
say
legend.
let's give some grace, right? Okay, the wall is angled in a way where
Yeah.
if a ball hits that wall, it is going to carry them towards right field. That is
it's
a
the
true
only
statement.
wall like that in the
right?
big leagues.
That's true, but I still don't see Ronnie taking blame for not being there to grab that ball. I
don't-
still think full sprint Ronnie, he doesn't make it to that ball.
And that's what
Because-
everybody says. He doesn't get there. And then, in the grand scheme of things, looking back on it, does it even matter? No. We were already down big. What's
And
it freaking matter?
it's Michael
I'm
Harris.
honestly okay with the fact
Was
that
anybody on
our
base?
superstar.
I mean, nobody was
didn't
on
go
base,
do
right?
that.
I mean, it was one
Solo,
guy.
solo, yeah.
And I'm okay that our superstar, who we have told to kind of baby himself a little bit because of his ACL injury from last year that he's still recovering from, technically, I'm okay that he didn't go out there and just
Now,
bust it out there.
I heard you make that comment yesterday, and I agree, right?
He's
however,
over a year removed. I get it. Yeah.
if you can't go 100%, maybe we don't put you in.
You need to look at who's on the bench.
That's
what that is.
you have to taken all that in out of the equation, right?
Yeah.
I get you, but either way, commentators giving Acuna grief for not being there to back up that ball, I think is a poor play.
Every year that Acuna's been in the big leagues, they have found something to nitpick.
Some
with him.
random hustle
they
play.
look for something to nitpick. And the one year where he pimped the fly ball that hit off the wall in right field.
Yeah.
I'm okay with giving him problems with that. I get that. It's the postseason. You got to bust out the box no matter what. You can't complain about that whenever you have a Gold Glove caliber center fielder.
That's what I was saying.
In center field,
Harris misplayed that ball.
He might win the freaking Gold Glove this year as a rookie.
He's a ball hawk.
Like people he is one of the top 5 defensive center fielders in the game.
He catches balls in left field because our left field plays that poorly.
Yeah.
He gets in left field and catches balls looking up at the sky. He don't even catch it on the run.
No.
That's how good he is.
And he was under that ball.
His
glove was literally
not under it.
He was in front of it.
Past it.
Yeah. He overran
the ball.
It. That was the thing.
And his glove was
his glove was
front
past it, and it hit him. It landed behind his shoulder.
Yeah. He straight up missed the ball.
Yeah.
And nobody's even talking about that.
Now,
and that's what
we're not
pisses
using
me
this
off.
as an excuse, right? They didn't show up.
No,
Offense
it wasn't going
didn't
to
show
matter.
up.
I mean, you had 3 hits in Saturday's game. All 3 were solo home runs.
Now, hey, let's take a positive, right? Going into this game, one of the big things I heard was 7-8-9 hadn't shown up. 7-8-9 hadn't shown up. 7-8-9 showed up.
Well, 8 showed
did.
up.
The bottom of the lineup
Yeah.
actually brought something to the table.
Yeah,
Nice to see.
Arcia did show up. Then our other hits were from.
I was going to say
the
actually
2,
3, 4, and 9 showed up.
Yeah, yeah. The other 2
had
hits
a
were
bad
the
day, finally.
Austin Riley's been
Riley and Swanson
non-existent
were
for about 2 months.
Yeah.
Riley and Swanson were both bad the whole postseason. Michael Harris looked like a rookie. William Contreras, as much as we love him,
Bad for a month
didn't
and a
look
half,
good.
2 months. Yep.
He was getting outbatted by Ozuna, so there's a reason why Ozuna was batting over him in games. We didn't have a left fielder for the whole year,
whole season. Eddie Rosario had a postseason last year, and we've given him a contract that he honestly probably didn't deserve.
but it was well warranted because of what he did.
We had to do it. You know,
yeah, the same reason that Soler got what he got.
Exactly, but
we had 3 players, or
but
I guess 4 if you count Arcia.
It's over.
Yeah,
it's over. Our window is far from closed. Our window is still the widest open window.
Just opening, yeah.
Our window is wide open.
All right.
No
so
Ozzy
How do you
Albies.
feel about the Padres?
Hold on. Before we go there, what do you think Swanson's does next year? Or does
what do you think he does versus what do you want him to do?
Well, he's a free agent, so the only
I want him
person
to
I'm
stay.
okay replacing him with is Trey Turner.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
And Clay brought up something the other day, and he was like, well, what about Dansby's locker room presence? Dansby is our locker room.
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
You can't lose Freddie and Dansby
You
back
can't
to
lose
back.
them both, and I think that's going to make us keep them. I really do. I think that raises our
I think
opportunity to keep it
Dansby
now.
is also like starting to peak. Like he's
like Anthropoulos
He's
said.
hitting his prime.
Anthropoulos said today in a press conference, he's like, each year Dansby has improved. He's gotten better and better each year.
And we've only gotten 2 years of prime Dansby so far.
Yeah, without major injuries.
Yeah.
And that was
Because when he
including
first came
a
up, he got hurt
awful
every year.
month this year, where he was like
he
leading the
batted
league
like
in strikeouts.
276 or something like that this year.
And another thing that I talked about with Chance is like with Freddie, yeah, he's a great leader, but I never got the feeling that Freddie could lead. I don't think Freddie could lead Austin Riley and then go lead Ronald Acuna. Those are 2 totally different personalities.
He wasn't going to be able to lead the new age.
No,
he was too old.
He's
school.
too old school. Dansby's a mix.
Dansby's a good mesh.
You can see Dansby go talk to Olsen and Riley and be on their level, and then go talk to Ozzy and Ronnie. Yeah. Dansby and Ozzy are like best friends.
So
like,
Dansby's bilingual, is what you're saying?
pretty much. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. He is new school and old school mixed.
Yeah,
and that's what I think.
They're gonna weigh
Dansby's
that.
a cool guy though.
Yeah,
He has been since college.
That's gonna weigh heavily with Anthropoulos this offseason. And like something else I told Clay, I think if we're gonna keep Dansby, we're gonna keep him early. I think it'll be an early sign.
I think you sign
We're not
him.
going to screw up like we did last year.
I think he takes a pay cut.
I think he ends up in the Braves Hall where he belongs.
I think he takes a pay cut.
And something else I want to say is Matt Olson showed up for the postseason, and that makes me very happy.
Yes.
Because I did not want to hear people on Twitter complain about,
What if Freddie
what
was
if we
there?
had Freddie here? No, Matt Olson showed up so they can all.
And Matt Olson showed up to get us to that postseason.
I'm not going to say it's been Freddie who, but since he went on his run after he got over that little Freddie hangover funk bullcrap that we did, the whole. Don't get me wrong, that the few games with Freddie.
Scroll up, Bill. Scroll up to
the
Ultra
series
stats.
with Freddie was important. It was nice.
Absolutely.
But like
It needed to happen.
Yeah, but we needed to move on immediately after. After he got out of that funk, I hadn't missed him.
Yes, he hit 240. This guy's not going to hit in the upper 200s. He's not going to.
Next year he might.
He might if he once he
That
gets
shift.
comfortable. I didn't think about the shift. He had so many balls stolen in the shift.
He
this
hit
year.
so many to that third baseman that plays right field.
He pulls the heck out of the baseball.
Yeah.
But he hit 34 home runs, had 100 RBIs. That is what you want. He drew a heck of a lot of walks too.
Was he close to the league lead in doubles too? Like he's up there.
Him and Riley.
Yeah.
Riley, and ironically Freddie Freeman were the top three.
Yeah.
in the NL.
That's what
for,
you want.
Doubles.
I didn't realize Olsen came up in the Astros farm system.
Seriously.
I did not know that either.
Well, I mean, he played for the A's for 6 years.
Okay.
Little AL West joke.
Yeah.
Anybody wondered?
Yeah, I think the average would get there. I didn't think about the shift going away.
It's
but
going to be huge for him.
That's going to be big.
Might not be
It's
another
gonna be
player
huge
that
for, it's going to be huge for baseball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
It's
I don't
gonna
know.
look like baseball again.
It is gonna feel like a different game.
It's going to be awesome.
next year.
Yeah.
Him and I think Ozzy it's going to be big for as well.
As a fan, I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see balls that when I was 12 years old were base hits, and now they're automatic outs.
Yeah.
I'm super, super, super excited.
I like the
And does
shift.
that okay? So does that change? Does that change?
Like the shift?
I like the shift.
Why?
Oh, why?
If you're a professional hitter,
Oh my God! Go hit
Oh,
102
no.
if
mile
you're
an hour
a
sinker.
if you are a professional hitter,
These guys aren't Tony Gwynn though. There was only one Tony Gwynn.
well,
Tony Gwynn
that's
wasn't
because
facing these kind of pitches
we've
either.
watered down the talent pool in Major League by putting too many teams. 32 teams, jeez. I grew up. There were only 14 teams in baseball.
Yeah, these are also all right. So what's elevated more skill wise in the last 20 years, batting or pitching?
Batting.
pitching by
Pitching.
landslide.
Pitching.
Guys are throwing harder.
Really?
They're throwing harder.
No,
They
no
got-
one.
we got more
well,
drop,
you got
more
more
spin.
guys throwing harder.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it's not even the hard
So-
factor;
so-
it's the movement. Go
right
follow
now-
Pitching Ninja on Twitter, and that'll give you all you need to see.
Hank
Right-
Aaron wouldn't hit a 102
right
mile an
now-
hour sinker from Clase.
Right now, it's impressive to put the bat on the ball in a lot of cases, right?
Absolutely.
So now you're taking a scenario where a batter steps in the box, right? They're doing good to make contact on a lot of pitchers, right? Now you take that and you put them at a disadvantage by saying, oh, and by the way, this entire 50% of the field, you can't hit there. That's quite frankly their natural mechanics, their body is, right? Now I'm all about situational hitting. You
got to get better. The better hitters can do that.
I get it, but I think that we're the time that it's going to take for that to happen, right? And even if it's even possible, right? It's going to do what the game's done the last couple of years, which it's going to get to the point where the fans don't want to just go to a game and never see the bat hit the ball.
There has been a cultural shift in baseball similar to, in my opinion, similar to what we've seen in the NBA with the three-pointer and in launch angle.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about y'all, but like me growing up, I was taught if I hit a home run, it better be on accident.
Yeah,
because I'm supposed to hit the ball hard and on the line.
That's right.
And if we get rid of the shift, do hitters go back to that a little more?
And that's something we talked about whenever all these new rule changes came out. Like the Braves podcast I listened to, the former player on there was like, this is going to help the game out because it's going to basically encourage the three outcome guys, the pop-up, walk, or home run dude, or not pop-up, the strikeout, home run, walk guys, to actually try and get base hits because they feel like they can now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you're
Matt Olson struck
Olson,
out 170 times this year.
Matt Olson,
That
you
won't
step
happen
in the
again next
box, they move on you, you go, I got one option.
Yeah.
Walk or put it over the wall.
Yeah. That's all you got.
That's all you've got.
Yeah. I
agree. They stop shifting on a guy like that. He gains an entire realm of opportunity on that in that entire no man's land.
So the purpose of baseball is to make the hitter better?
No.
Is that what you're wanting to do?
No.
Because you're
fair.
Okay, so fair.
Yeah,
what the hell does that mean?
I don't think it's
you don't know what fair
Hold
means,
up.
Astro.
We shouldn't be able to I don't think they should let pitchers throw over 100 miles an hour then. If it's that much problem for guys to be able to hit the ball where they want to.
Move the mound back then.
So,
move the mound back a
but what
couple
you're
feet.
talking about, hang on.
No, I mean we can keep the same dimensions and everything, but Now all of a sudden you're saying, okay, for all these years you could do this, but
hang
not
on,
gonna let you
hang
do
on.
it anymore.
But what you're talking about is peak athleticism. You're talking about every hitter.
Is that not the
goal?
goal?
Hang on.
Peak athleticism?
Maybe. Let me finish. Maybe if you're saying that game is enjoyable to watch and to be entertained by. So imagine if every single pitcher pitched like the best pitcher in the game. Okay?
Yeah, but it didn't happen.
I know.
Because we got 32 teams of bums.
But other than the Astros.
Yeah.
But if that is would that be entertaining?
No, there are bums on every team.
Would that be entertaining? If every pitcher was so good that no one ever hit the ball until that one time
but
when
that
they
didn't
connected,
happen.
and every time they
But it
connected,
didn't
was a
happen.
home run.
And that's even something we talked about, like, let's allow steroids. Who cares? Like, if they want to destroy their bodies, let's do it. It'll give more runs, more excitement. And same thing with, like, juicing the baseballs. Go back to that. Give us more runs. That's how you grow the game.
And honestly, I mean, it makes positions arbitrary. Like when you're pulling Austin Riley.
Austin Riley played
and
more
he's
right field
trotting
than
his
third
butt
base.
to right field.
Back and forth.
Bill, so I want the game to be played clean and fair, right? I want the ball to be a clean ball. I want the guys to be clean. What I'm saying is I don't want the pitchers to get so good and the batters to not be able to catch up that the ball never gets put in play.
But that'll never happen.
Well, it got really
It's
close
starting
there
to
for a
happen.
while.
That's
It's
why
either
they're doing
it's
it.
either
Okay,
a
but see-
strikeout or a home run.
Do you realize how, I mean, the pitchers now, they are so close to the edge or to the limit of what they can physically do.
Correct.
The mechanics of baseball,
And so
of
you know what we've
throwing.
done? You know what we've done? We've said not the days of old where a pitcher gets out and pitches for 7 innings. We find a guy that can pitch
Max
nasty stuff for 25 pitches, and we use six guys a game.
And Aaron Judge hit 62 home runs this year. Okay. I mean,
20 more than
touche.
that.
20 more than anybody else. That
Touche.
crap was rigged.
well,
He also played in a Little League stadium.
Rigged or steroids?
I didn't mean to
above.
I didn't mean to derail it. All I'm saying is I think the shift is a great thing because I think it's going to put
pretty soon we're going to start drawing circles out there on the field and saying, okay, you got to start with your foot in the circle. I think when you start telling a player where you can be, it's like, okay, if there's an overthrow, now the right fielder can't come in and play and cover first base because he's not the first baseman. No. I mean, you're going to get into crap.
Well,
like
no,
that.
you're
I mean,
what you're telling the players to do is play their position.
Yeah.
To play the position that's been around for over 100 years.
There is going to have to be a.
But nobody has ever told a player.
There's going to have to be a
when you
line
play-
drawn, I guess, to what Bill's saying. Like,
I mean,
if you
it's-
implement the
there
rule,
is.
you're going to have to draw a line somewhere.
There is.
it's right
Second
by
base.
second base.
It's second
and you're not
base.
allowed to go over past
before
it.
the pitch.
Before the pitch. You can start at second base and
So
run.
you can line up Pena a foot left of second base, and he can sprint to right field if he wants to.
Boy, Austin Riley ain't going to get a break.
Not
Is
a
he?
shot.
He's still going to be trucking.
Well, how about this, Bill? What you think about a robot umpire? You against
Need
that
it.
too?
Need it. Take away the
I
human
would.
error.
I mean, I've watched some of the
Human
minor
error
league
is
games where
stupid.
they had that, and I like it.
I want it bad.
Like I told y'all, I have this the MLB channel on my
old
well,
games.
It's on Pluto TV, and I watch these old games.
Uh-huh.
And I watched the '97 World Series and the 2001 World Series. I cannot tell you in that '97 World Series, I bet there were 10 plays that were critical game plays.
Yep.
That they did not have replay. So, and it's like when they replayed on, and y'all got to understand how frustrating it was growing up watching this crap. You're like, oh, we got replay. Yeah, but you get to see what crap is going on the field because the referees and umpires are missing calls.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think replay is saved some sports.
Yeah.
And I think
I'm
I'm
told
all for it because, I mean, we've already got the technology. We're already doing it because. Crap! I mean, we're putting the strike zone on the screen,
Yeah.
and everybody knows it just makes the umpires look bad now.
What I told
Exactly.
Chance the other day was that baseball and the home plate umpires, that's the only sport where the umpires literally take the control out of the player's hands.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
And to your point, Bill, it serves no purpose to even have them at this point because we have millions of umpires watching the game every night. When the little dot shows up and we go, oh, it's a ball, and then he calls a strike, and everybody loses their mind, right? And I get it.
And I will say,
sometimes they're right, and it's wrong or it's a judgment call. Fine.
Well, and you can't see from the strike zone. You don't see where the ball actually crosses the plate because if it's breaking hard, it could cross and catch that corner, and the catcher catch it.
Now,
a foot outside the plate.
How much of that is going to affect frame jobs? It takes that strategy out. It's gone. Where it lands is where it lands.
There was a guy named Tyler Flowers that played for the Braves for like 3 years, probably 3 too many. And the reason that the Braves went out there and got him, he couldn't hit, but he was literally the best statistical framer in the game.
Austin Barnes for the Dodgers.
He was the best guy at framing pitches.
Austin Barnes for the Dodgers has been around for 15 years probably now, literally because Clayton Kershaw likes pitching to him, and he's a good defensive catcher.
The Dodgers have a top 3 or 4 catcher in the game.
They traded
Will
him.
Smith.
So think about
Will Smith, and they said, Will Smith, you're not going to catch the best pitcher on our team because he wants Austin Barnes.
I will say, though, that in the grand scheme of like umpires, officials, referees, whatever, I think Major League Baseball's overall, I find myself less aggravated with their calling than I do when I watch an NFL game or an NBA game. Not always.
You
not
must
always.
not watch enough baseball.
No, not always. There are some bums out there.
Well, and it's like every PI call that we all think should have been called, or every holding that you see in the bottom corner. If the problem is in baseball, is
it's magnified.
Every pitch
is so key. And that one walk,
one pitch
that should have been a strike, is massive.
And 2, it's rare. It's rare that they really just straight up blow it. They're a little more precise, is what I'm saying.
Game 1, Wilson Contreras or William. William his first name.
Yeah,
he was up to bat, bases loaded, 3-1 count. This was after we were down, or down by 2, I think it was, or something.
Yes, we're about to
bases loaded, 1 out, ball 4 is called a strike. And
yeah,
strikes
yeah.
That was the next pitch he grounds out.
That was huge. Yeah,
but it even happened yesterday. Not
and yesterday that guy was giving him 3 inches on the inside. He was giving him the strike. That was horrible.
Dansby had one that was on the stripe of his sock.
And if
they
we're
got called a strike,
we're going to talk about peak athleticism
after a high strike.
Yes,
there's a high strike and a low strike.
If you're going to be an MLB pitcher, right, and you're going to miss the strike zone by 3 inches, and you're going to get a lucky call, right? If we're talking about peak athleticism, get rid of put him in a situation where if you want to strike, by God, it better be a strike.
Think how worse.
Exactly.
I mean, not how worse, but like Maddox would have suffered from a robo umpire.
That always pops up on Twitter. Like Maddox's catcher, I think it's probably Javi Lopez. Is set off like 2 feet off the plate. And if he hit that glove, the umpire gave it to him. It'd be another batter's box.
And that's
Javi,
something.
Another thing about Javi, Javi was a big framed catcher too. Like he was a big freaking dude back there.
That's another thing that I've always hated is the hitting your spot stuff. That's so stupid to me. If a pitcher sits up low and outside and the pitch is high and inside, but it's in the strike zone and the ump don't call it a strike because he missed his spot.
That's a poor.
It's
umpire.
A strike zone.
Yeah, it's a poor. Umpire.
Like you've got a zone here. If it's a strike, it's a strike.
You can't. You can't.
It's like a freaking guy shooting a basketball from the wrong spot in the setup play. It shouldn't count now. Like, what are we doing here?
You have to remember, right? To your point.
I threw the ball.
You talk about
I threw the ball to the slant, and it sailed over to the streak, and he called it. That shouldn't count.
NFL, you got 2 guys watching for a touchdown, right? Yeah. NBA, you got 3 guys on the court, all going, he got that shot off before the clock ended, right? It's one guy.
Catcher,
it's one guy who controls literally the fate of the game in a full count by making a close call. They are the person that gets to go yay or nay. And
if you question him,
you're gone.
You're gone.
You know what? Great. You can question all you want. It's a computer.
Yeah.
You don't have to like it, but we all agree that it's all fair. It's all the same for everyone.
It should go to that. And you want to see the worst calling behind the plate you'll see anywhere, go watch the Little League World Series.
Yeah, it was bad.
Those goons.
They were volunteers. Give them a break.
Yes, they're volunteers. I don't give them a break for being volunteers. Like,
hey, Kyle, you were former ump.
Bill, you might want to be careful. We can get sued if we pull up any website about Angel Hernandez. If you read any article about him, you're likely to be sued by him.
On sportingnews.com?
Yeah. He knows we've opened it now, and we are discriminating against him.
What a bum.
Hey, if the Eagles missed this 2-point conversion, our under 43.5 is alive. So,
did anybody bet
shout
that?
out to Philly. Yeah, me and Josh both have it on our slips.
Mighty comeback
I hope this is all applicable for the baseball portion of the show because we did sidetrack, but I think it's important.
He's short.
These are topics that are going to be huge next year.
Yeah.
Right? I'm watching. I go to, as you guys know, a ton of minor league games.
Who have all the rules.
The pitch clock.
Love
right?
it.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
It's wonderful. Right?
And that's the one that people from the minor leagues are like, y'all are going to love that.
You're going to love it.
I'm most excited about that one.
It's great.
And you see glimpses of it when guys come up. Bryce Elder for the Braves. He came up, and you can see the difference in him pitching versus Charlie Morton.
And they asked him after the game, they're like, so could you tell, could you just feel like the pitch clock is still being there? And he was like, well, since I pitched all year in AAA, my body grew accustomed to it.
Yeah.
And he went out there and threw a complete game.
What's also pretty amazing as a fan,
if
you guys haven't been to a game that has it, what's amazing is as a fan, you as a fan watching the game, you get into this rhythm of the game because your body starts to remember, okay, now it's about
I can look at my phone for about 5 seconds.
Now it's about time for a pitch.
Well, I mean, that's how you are with football games.
Yeah,
you know there's a play clock. You can't be jacking around over here because plays coming up.
So you literally, you go, you hear the pop of the glove. You know you can look out and see the outfield, but then pretty soon that next pitch is coming.
You can pull up your phone, answer a text real quick, and you know
it keeps the game moving. It's very rhythmic and it's great. And the batters get into a better rhythm because timing isn't all over the place. It's just all in all, it's better. I'm excited for that. All the things we've talked about, I think, are all great things. Despite what Bill says, he's just wrong.
I agreed.
No. On the shift.
Oh well, the shift's great. Robo-ump, y'all have those in Nashville?
No. The Sounds are not.
I think that's single A.
They're not a robo team, but I can tell you, I am all for it.
Yeah,
all for it.
I am.
I think
want
everybody
anything
is
that levels
the board,
the playing field. It takes the human component out of making game decisions like that.
Yeah,
because it's
so
not
important.
And every other sport, you can challenge the human decision with a replay.
Yep.
You can't challenge a
strike.
You can't challenge a ball. And with that being there, get rid of it. It's not fair.
And in other sports, like with the Saints, we had the awful PI call. Changed the game, but the Saints also had an opportunity after that. When William Contreras is up there with a 3-1 count, and it's literally a ball, and that he should be on base, Braves should have walked in a run. Yeah, he had a chance after that, but that one pitch changes the entire course of the at-bat.
Let me also say about umpires and home plate umpires specifically, right?
They suck.
We all know this. Batter reaction,
yes,
batter emotion play into decision calls.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You see a lot of makeup calls too.
A batter starting to reaches down to take off their ankle brace, right?
They get pissed off.
Their shin protector. They go, oh, you thought that was a walk?
Screw
Let me
you.
show you otherwise. That's
you better
an element,
swing no matter what.
That is not an element of the game that should be there.
Nope.
No.
Humans should not be able to bring emotion into calls that are that pivotal.
We're watching an ump show.
It's not good. It's
last year when Tech hosted the Conference USA baseball tournament, I got to be around a few of the umpires, and they made comments
about Austin Wells,
Hunter Wells.
That's it.
Said,
I remember that.
They said, "Oh yeah, he's an a-hole."
Yeah.
Like what? He said, "Yeah." Said, if you're up there and you throw a strike, if you call a strike and he knows it's a strike, no big deal.
Well,
but if he didn't think it was a strike, said every pitch, he stopped and just blew and just. He said, and it wasn't, he said, you expect a player to do that if they disagree once in a while. He said, but it was every pitch. If he didn't think you called what he thought it was, he turned around and said something or made a remark or smirked, and then
they shouldn't have that much control.
No.
The 30 for 30 documentary on the basketball referee that gambled.
Tim Donahue.
Right?
Yeah.
One of the mechanisms he used to judge his picks were emotional and attitude type of issues between refs and the teams they were going to be reffing. He would say, Bob, and the last time he was in town, this particular player gave him a bunch of grief.
I see that.
So he's going to totally be hard on him, so you need to bet the other team.
There's
and it was always true.
There's refs that Draymond Green gets into it more with and has a history with, and they'll take them up way quicker than anyone else.
So, and in a game where you have replay and you can go back and maybe they have to pay for some of those decisions.
Yeah,
maybe
right.
people. That's all great. Baseball doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So,
that was a good talk. We had. I mean, it's what's coming. I mean, we're going to.
that is
soon.
next season.
Yeah,
that is our next season, and
to
it's
wrap
going to
up,
be vastly different.
To wrap up our MLB talk, though,
Go
Padres.
Yeah,
Padres.
talk Padres. Yeah,
I mean, they did it.
They're doing what you thought they would do after the trade deadline they had.
But after the trade deadline, yes. But after they played after the trade deadline, you did not expect this.
This is what you thought they would do on August 1st.
Yeah.
So Tatis, boom, Tatis not a factor.
Don't need them.
Does that change anything?
No.
Your Padres management doesn't change anything.
It's a lot like the Braves last year when they didn't have Acuna. They won it without Acuna, but you know that they're a better team with them.
Yeah,
exactly. They're better with Tatis.
Tatis has got to grow up
big time.
Yeah, Acuna's an adult.
Yeah,
Tatis, he's got to make some changes.
Acuna's gotten hurt playing baseball.
Yeah,
Tatis has gotten hurt riding a motorcycle and then got suspended because he wanted to expedite the recovery process.
Yeah,
so
that was ringworm.
Yeah, it was a ringworm.
Screw the Dodgers always.
As always, I saw a funny tweet. It said Freddie Freeman really left the Braves to extend his season by 4 hours.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Hope it was worth it.
And he was the final out, so he can suck that too.
So what about Yankees Guardians? Any predictions?
It's going to be hard for the Guardians to go to Yankee Stadium.
Who's going to pitch? Cortez? Or not Cortez. Neres or whatever's doing the mustache fella?
Nasty Nestor.
Yeah, is he going to pitch?
Nasty Nestor.
Should be.
Are the
Today
Yankees
is Sunday,
that poor on the road?
No. I mean, they won tonight, but I don't know. It's just going to be hard for the Guardians to go there.
They're going Jameson Talion.
Who would the Crapasavele?
Bullpen game. Guarantee you.
When did Bieber pitch?
No, he's a starter. Never mind.
Well, I don't know
Bieber
that, man.
pitched game 3.
Well, I'm assuming it's going to be all hands on deck.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
when does the ALCS start? Is it Tuesday or Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Because this Monday wasn't even supposed to happen. Because it got rained out.
Well, no, they didn't take the day off between 2 and 3.
Is that what it was?
Okay.
Yeah.
So they played 4 straight?
Yeah,
they
because
will play 4 straight?
Because
y'all had the
Astros
early
could have played today and tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
I'm hoping the Guardians, but I would not be shocked if it's the Yankees tomorrow. I think the Guardians had their shot tonight. But hey, Garrett Cole stepped up.
I think you mentioned it earlier. Does anyone threaten the Astros?
You would say no.
They shouldn't, but
you didn't think the
baseball.
Padres would threaten the Dodgers. You didn't really think the Phillies would threaten the Braves. And here we are. You didn't think the Padres would threaten the Mets.
I felt very threatened by the Mariners.
Yeah.
Every game.
Yeah. Literally, that's the closest sweep you could ever see.
Are you threatening me? Cornelia.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Yeah. Baseball, though, it's back. It feels
shout out Kyle Wright.
Yes.
Massive step this year. I'm very proud for him.
And
very
I
proud.
think I
Braves
believe
are
in
loaded,
him.
bro.
And that's why
it's a good time to be a Braves fan.
That's why I'm not super upset.
Yeah.
No, it can't be. We won a World Series last year when we weren't supposed to. Now
I'm in a fantasy league with some other dudes that none of y'all even know. I didn't know them until 2 months ago. And one of them commented in the group chat the other day because like me and another guy are big Braves fans in it. And the guy was like, I don't know why y'all are so upset whenever y'all won it last year. I was like, and that's soft to me, you know. I want the Braves to be Bama. You know what I'm saying? I want us to be a dynasty. our championship window is wide open right now.
Mhm.
We need to be attacking this as much as we can, trying to win as many championships as we can. We have 6 starting fielders signed through 2026. 6. And we'll have 7 after this year when we sign Dansby back, more than likely. There's no reason why we should not be going for it every year.
Well, and
there's no reason why we shouldn't be upset about not winning it.
Oh, I don't understand that mentality. The you shouldn't be, because I mean,
dude, what are you talking about?
I'm a Warriors
This
fan.
is our 6th straight year in the ALCS.
Exactly.
And I'm not happy. No, I have one World Series.
Exactly.
No.
Y'all are the
y'all's
Braves
window-
from the 90s.
That's exactly what they are. Their window's closing now because their guys are getting older. They're going to need more money.
And same thing with the Dodgers.
The Dodgers, they've been doing this for a decade just about. And this guy was like, well, I'm an Indians fan, so I would do anything just to get one. And I was like, well, that's your problem, first off, for being an Indians fan. And
Guardians.
Guardians, whatever. Yeah, that's still stupid, but okay.
You're going to get us kicked off of YouTube.
Well, and the thing with the Dodgers, their one World Series win,
Mickey Mouse.
I mean, it was in a 60-game season, and the postseason was played majority at a neutral site without fans.
Yep.
While the Astros, they banged trash cans. So you could also take away that one. So the two best teams.
But we beat the Dodgers. So if we took it away, you'd be giving the Dodgers another one. You happy with that?
No, I'm okay with the Astros cheating.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
There we go.
if you look at it, though, both of the 2 teams that have defined the past 10-plus years of baseball have won World Series, and both of them have questions. And that's
questions.
a fact.
What do you mean questions?
Listen to the outro.
He's thinking thinking there might be some asterisks
Yes.
needed.
Yes.
Oh, there definitely should be some, but that's
What
neither
do you-
here nor there.
Are you Rob Lowe now?
What?
I don't even get that.
Rob Lowe shows up to the Joe Rogan podcast and he's wearing a cap that's got.
He's a Dodgers fan.
It's an H on an asterisk instead of a star.
Ah,
He's
smart.
an asshole.
Nice.
He's
Some would
also
say he's an asterisk hole.
Yeah. He's also the guy that wears a freaking NFL Shield logo hat to football games.
Just a football guy.
Oh, he's a California guy.
Yeah.
An LA guy. There you go. Okay.
Good.
Let's talk
Yeah,
about football
good
real
baseball
quick.
talk.
That was a good 52-minute talk of baseball. So hey, that's needed.
I thought it was going to be like 10 minutes and we'd be done, right?
We got to rule changes. What about the bigger bases? No, never mind.
It's going to cut down injuries somehow.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
They are putting cameras in the bases. And, you see that all the time now. So.
Yeah.
That-
I think
love
Ozzy
it.
did that last year when he looked down at it in the World Series when they beat the
sure did.
Astros in 6 games, right?
What?
Thursday night. Who was it? Commanders.
Bears, Skip. Moving on.
the worst Thursday game.
It somehow
it was better.
worse than
I think it was better than the Colts.
Broncos Colts.
Oh,
they
no,
just
Hurt.
fumbled
You
the
think
snap.
that Amazon would be able to deliver a better product
That's true.
because they deliver packages really well.
And
That's
you
what
would
she
also
said.
think they could actually deliver a quality
product
broadcast. I mean, just
No good.
I mean, I know.
Oh, it's
It's
Herb
hit
Street
or
2
miss,
weeks ago, it was
right?
like the audio would drop out of the feed all the time, and it would be out of sync.
It's better than CBS.
That's just you.
Does y'all CBS suck?
That's you.
It's just me.
Well, I mean, I can watch it. I watch
Ours
it on
literally glitches.
I watch it over the antenna. Actually,
Oh,
I can pick it up.
okay.
from somewhere. Yeah.
He's got the rabbit ears out.
Yeah. Bears lost though. Justin Fields looked solid, honestly. I think he can be a good quarterback still.
What was the over and under in that game? Like 9,
38, and it hit.
and it was 19.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, it was half.
Hit with
Exactly
flying
half.
colors.
Ugh.
I think Fields can be a NFL quarterback still. A lot of people seem to have just gone off from him, but I think if they surround him with a solid line, get him some
Play
more
calling.
weapons. Yeah, play calling's not helping. He shows flashes, and his running ability is something that I think kind of gets forgotten.
For sure. He don't really use his legs a lot like he did in college.
But whenever he does, it's pretty dang good. Yeah, probably don't want to go too far on that one. Shout out Brian Robinson though. He got shot and now he's scoring touchdowns in
Not
less
bad.
than 2 months. I guess Saints, Bengals.
Man,
Joey B's return.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase's return.
Yep.
Well, they did return.
They did it.
Saints were seriously down.
Yeah.
I mean,
they didn't use Taysom enough.
I felt like this was one of the games from last year.
Yeah.
Where we're like, do we have starters playing?
We really didn't.
We didn't.
It felt like.
I mean, it was bad.
Hey, Kamara had a decent game today, though. That's good to see.
The run game's looking better.
Yeah.
And it's understandable for Dalton to have the bad game, honestly, given the state of the receiving core. But not enough Taysom.
Man, well, I mean, 50%
Why did Taysom throw
passing.
4 passes?
Oh, he did. I missed all 4 of
I
those.
remember the first one. That's it.
I think they were just trying to create some offense, and I don't know. It's a
still
lot different
weird.
when you don't have Michael Thomas out
It's
there.
still weird how they're not throwing him the ball. Does he have a catch this
I
year?
was about to ask.
Does he have a catch?
Does he?
He's
even
got one
have-
reception
I mean,
this
he
year.
is
One.
a receiver.
While coming into the year, all we heard was, oh, he's going to be an actual receiver this year
1 reception
for 2 yards.
and 1 target.
Way to lie to us, DA. Oh, that's a duck.
Hey, they do project it that he'll get 3 targets for the year, though.
Ooh, okay,
So-
good. Big signs to come. Anybody want him in fantasy?
I offered you a trade.
No. You offered me Russell Wilson and, like, the Lions defense.
Our Lions?
Our Lions, that's
defense?
true. They had a bye week this week. Probably their best week they've had all year.
Yeah. That's offensive.
Yeah, the Bengals they won a game they much needed. While if the Saints would have won today, I think we would have been tied for first in the division because the Bucks. I guess we can move on to that game. Scroll down to the Bucks. That was an embarrassment.
Oh, it was.
They lost to Mitch Trubisky.
That's sad.
So y'all saw Tom Brady chewing on some booty on the sideline, and I saw a meme. It was like,
Not Giselle's.
I did not leave my wife and kids for this crap.
To lose to Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
Oh, and it wasn't even Kenny Pickett. It was Mitch, which is worse because Kenny had a concussion.
When did he go out?
About halftime.
Yeah, I didn't even see. I didn't
Mitch
see
led
any of
that
it.
comeback.
Wow.
Good for Mitch. Mitch Trubisky's stat line has been the same as Russell Wilson's this year, by the way.
Seriously.
Whoa, his QBR was 91.2.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. Kenny did not play well. Mitch played like really well.
Wow.
The Bucks are weird. I need the Bucks to keep losing though, because that I believe I have them under 10 wins this year as a future or something.
So
like
only
that.
Fournette and White had any carries.
Tom Brady had one.
Well, I don't know if that would even count.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Chris Godwin had a decent. 6 catches. How many? 12 targets.
Cameron Brate
Yeah.
got backboarded out. He was,
Really?
he got, I think, concussion, and it might have been his second one. I think he had one like a couple weeks ago, maybe. So he didn't look good. Hopefully he's all right. Yeah, the Bucks are just. I thought they were kind of back after that Chiefs game. Thought that was going to kind of wake them up, and don't look like they're rolling. So next, let's go. What do we have? Niners Falcons. How about
What
that
in the
game,
heck,
baby?
man?
Yeah, Marcus Mariota.
He looked really good, and Jimmy G.
They were wearing those throwback red helmets.
Yeah, Jimmy G. He whenever you don't have a lead, he's not your quarterback. I'll tell you that. Yeah, the stat. I guess the box score looks solid. 29 for 41.
They had 2 interceptions. That's rough.
Yeah, and they were
Were they
rough.
early or were they late? I mean, when they were trying to
Like mid
catch
game.
up.
One was a pick six, I believe. No, one was a pick six in the first quarter. That's why Jeff Wilson also fumbled. That's why he only ran the ball 7 times.
Well, there you go. I mean, you lose the turnover battle. That's how you lose to the Atlanta Falcons.
They only gave Debo the ball twice running.
Yeah, just a bad game.
Falcons are just pesky, man. They
6-0 against the spread this year.
Chronic overachievers.
So can't wait for someone to bet that next week and miss it. Yeah, shout out to the Falcons though. I mean, what are they? 3-3?
Afraid so.
Are they tied for the division lead?
3-2-1.
No, that's a home record up there.
Yeah, I missed that other 3 right there.
Next game was that Browns Patriots. That was an
Browns,
embarrassment.
Patriots. Oh my
Bailey Zappi is better than Mac Jones.
I don't know. I think
or
they're
they're
the same
equal.
guy. Yeah, they're similar.
And that's crazy that a 7th round, just like random guy.
I mean,
similar to your first round pick.
He did some crazy stuff in college.
Yeah, he did.
You know,
he was also at Dallas Baptist 2 years ago.
Yep.
Formerly known as Dallas Baptist.
What are they now?
I'm sorry, I thought Houston. Never mind.
Oh,
strike that.
Yeah, the Patriots. They're
Jacoby Brissett less than 50%.
He's not very good.
He's a backup.
They didn't run They got down kinda, and the run game wasn't as effective as it needed to be. I guess they could have just kind of dared Brissett to beat them.
And I mean, if you're New England, that's got to be your strategy.
Yeah,
is to take Chubb out
Kareem
of the game
Hunt,
by getting up.
Yeah, Chubb, he was taken out of the game, but Hunt was just like not used at all. It felt like
I feel
rough
like
game.
I'm gonna have to fight when I go downstairs to get out of this house.
Cujo's
down there.
Yeah.
You can crawl out the window and shimmy down the the
Yeah, that's our fire escape.
I think I would rather fight Cujo down there.
Oh no! Don't
Take
tackle
my chances
him
out the window.
Okay, next game. Jets Packers. How about that, baby?
Packers.
Jets.
Jets.
Jets. Where's Chance when we need him? Zach Wilson is
110 yards passing.
He's a leader.
How much did he run?
Oh, did that just get picked?
He was a game manager, right? He managed the game.
He's a leader.
Jordan Love got in. What happened to Rodgers?
They threw in the towel. Like 3 minutes left, 17-point deficit. So just let him go out there.
Well, you know, the old Rodgers would have come back from that.
It's very true. He don't care anymore ever since he got the tattoo.
Lazard had a pretty good.
I think it was the
game.
It was the trip he went on to South America, and
he just wants to do Jeopardy.
Yeah. Both Lazard and Romeo
Dobbs
only 4 reception of their 9 targets.
Yeah, their pass game was pretty bad. Pretty bad. Both sides, honestly. I don't really know how the Jets don't have yards.
Yeah, 179.
Go to the Gamecast. Did they score a defensive touchdown? I know Sauce Gardner had a pick 6 called back.
Return block punt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even remember watching that, honestly. Braxton Berrios scored on a run again. He did that like 2 weeks ago as well. Shout out to the Jets though, man. 4-2. Look at them. Fun team. A lot of young talent too. Like they're gonna do that. They might sneak into the playoffs this year, probably get exposed, but hey, this isn't the year they're supposed to be doing it. So, the Colts slaying the dragon. That is the Jaguars.
Matty Ice.
Yeah, late touchdown.
I thought the Jags were ahead.
They were up 27 to 20.
14.
26 maybe, and then Matty Ice hit Alec Pierce for like a 30-yard touchdown.
He passed Dan Marino in the all-time passing yards list.
Yeah, 30-yard touchdown with 17 seconds. Oh, no, Dallas, I don't need this kick. He missed it. Boom. Let's go.
Still alive.
We should be able to take knees now. Let's go. Yeah, the Jags just continue to disappoint after that Chargers game. Like, literally everything has gone wrong for them since.
Travis Etienne had a pretty good game today.
Yeah.
Fantasy-wise, anyway.
Good to see him involved in that offense.
Maybe not
the Colts threw in a random running back named Deion Jackson. I picked him up in fantasy, started him in 2 leagues. He balled out.
Really?
Yeah. Then he got, like, concussed.
Did you have a hot tip on that?
Well, Taylor was out and Hines was out. So I went to fantasy. I looked for the Indianapolis Colts running backs, and I looked at all. And that was the only other one on the 53-man. So I was like, I'm going to take him.
So it was a shoe-in. He was going to be playing, huh?
Yeah. He looked really good, though. Had like 10 catches, I think. Yeah, Colts did it, though. Vikings, 5-1. They continue to win just close games. That's what they do.
Yeah, I just
one possession games every freaking week, it seems. Teddy Two Gloves came in.
He didn't play bad.
No, I don't understand the situation though. Why was he not the starter?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Was he emergency quarterback, kind of like Jameis today? But emergency enough for him to come in and throw 34 passes?
Yeah, for 329 yards.
That don't seem safe.
Maybe they just seen enough of the Thompson kid.
No, he got hurt.
Oh, he did get hurt.
Yeah, he hurt. Well, they thought he was concussed. Shocker for a Miami quarterback, but it ended up being a thumb injury.
But I mean, if Teddy was healthy enough to play,
exactly,
why didn't he start?
Exactly.
I mean, that's weird.
That's what I didn't understand. Tyreek Hill put on a show. Yeah, he's a freak.
Usual.
Waddle, he came back a little bit.
Waddle has just been shining in Miami.
Yeah, he's had a bad 2 weeks, but he came back this week. Our boy Jefferson still balling out, making my offensive player of the year bet look good. I feel good about that. Keep it going.
Adam Thielen, I'm worried that we're gonna forget about him in Minnesota.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
They kind of.
You know what though? He'll always have a place in New England.
He's never been there. Why? He's too tall.
He will go.
He's
there.
too tall.
He'll end up there.
He's 6'2". Belichick likes him 5'10" and under.
Oh, Giants Ravens.
What the heck happened?
Lamar had a pick that was a straight up bad throw. Giants capitalized. Oh, we got to fight. Someone just pushed Jason Kelsey. You don't do that.
No, not when he just had an episode on the Dirty Boot Sports podcast.
Yeah, this is the Jason Kelsey episode.
There you go.
Lamar threw a pick that was not good, and then the Giants came down and scored. Then Lamar was, I don't even know how to say it, stepping up in the pocket, and then Kayvon Thibodeau comes around and just literally gets his hand on the ball and pokes it out.
Giants 5-1.
They fought.
Go ahead and say it, Chance.
Brian Dable, Coach of the Year.
There you go.
They fought. They
runner by a large margin. In my opinion,
it was a rough game. I don't really know how that happened, but
so he fumbled on the.
Yeah, Thibodeau came around. That was his first career sack. Straight up just poked the ball out of his hand. The pick was bad. The fumble. Yeah, you don't want that from your quarterback, but given watching the play, it's hard to fully give that blame to Lamar. Yeah, he should have protected it better, but the pass rush got to him fairly quickly.
What about that interception he threw?
I just said that.
I wasn't up here.
I just said it 2 seconds ago.
I was watching Kelsey get slammed.
All right, yeah, I said the interception was bad.
Dynamite drop in, Monty.
Huh?
Panthers continue to implode.
The Panthers were my losers league team this week, and I was scared for the first half.
Deion Jackson was their offense, not Deontay Johnson.
Oh, you thought they were going to win? You thought they would win?
Yeah. I was worried. Yeah, that's my team that I picked to lose this week.
Shout out to the Packers and the Panthers passing game.
Non-existent.
P.J. Walker.
Yeah.
But hey, Baker Mayfield's the problem there.
Look at the QPRs.
They're just
1.3? Is that possible?
How? Oh, he threw a pick. What the crap?
That freaking under hit.
Did you see the missed field goal?
I did not.
Dallas tried a field goal from 59, and it barely went right of the uprights. 43, baby.
So that bet hit.
Yes, me and Josh. We might have went even as a podcast.
Mike McCarthy's world has come crashing down now, hasn't it?
So is Cooper Rush's. We still want him in New Orleans. Let's see. I think we skipped a game.
Seahawks continue to.
Well, we'd already done.
We did that. We did that.
Steelers, so.
Seahawks. I'll say this. I think the Seahawks have a good future. They've got a defense.
Kenneth Walker's a stud too.
Him and their defense has a lot of solid young pieces. If you think they're cornerbacks, you've got Kobe Bryant, from Cincinnati. He's playing solid. You got the is it Wooten or
Wu-Tang Clan?
Wu-Tang.
Whatever, the guy from UTSA, I think.
The Rizzo.
The one that ran a 4.25 40. You've got them out there. You've got Jordan Brooks at linebacker. You've got you got a solid foundation. I think they're going to be solid in the next couple of years, and wouldn't be shocked if they take the top spot in the NFC West again soon.
So are we thinking Cliff Kingsbury gets fired after they lose to the Saints Thursday night, or that next Sunday?
That'd require them losing to the Saints.
They're going to lose to the Saints, right?
Are they?
I think they do.
Short week. We're probably not going to have anybody back.
They better.
It depends on if we have anybody back, I guess.
Shout out Geno Smith.
Chance, your boys pulled it out.
That man, it felt like Clay said when we were watching it earlier, like it felt like this was January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it just felt like a game you'd be watching in January.
I heard Tony Romo.
Oh, Jim.
Yeah. Hate I missed the end of this game.
I do too. But I followed it on my phone at church. Isaiah McKenzie did not do Josh Allen any favors in the first half.
I started him.
Clay did start him. The fumble that they credited to Josh Allen was on a little speed option. They ran to the right that Isaiah did not look for the pitch for at all. And then in the next drive,
Stupid play calling by Bills in situations.
very stupid play call. It was kind of cute.
They tried to get too cute.
They pulled a Andy Reid, honestly.
Yeah.
The next drive, they march, and McKenzie drops a touchdown pass. And then I want to say either the next drive or the drive after next, McKenzie dropped. It was that 96-yard touchdown drive.
Yes.
McKenzie dropped a pass that would have been a chunk play. It's like rough first half for him. I'm not sure how different the game would have looked.
The first quarter was pretty sloppy.
It was.
I
0
mean,
points.
They
I believe.
both got
Both
cute in the
teams,
red
yeah.
zone. Both got cute in the red zone. Which
And
what
yeah,
they do.
I'll say though, Allen did not look good at the beginning.
No.
Even those throws to McKenzie, yeah, they hit his hands, but they were behind a little bit. You know, they weren't perfect throws, and yeah, you're in the NFL, you expect the receivers to make the catches.
The drop in the end zone was Josh under pressure, trying to roll to his right,
and
he threw
McKenzie
it
slipped.
across his body.
Yeah,
and it was the fact that he made that throw is like, oh my god, you know.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that with Josh Allen though. He's gonna miss. He's gonna miss a few.
He's a gunslinger, man. He just don't turn the ball.
He'll
over
make
as
more
much.
plays than he'll miss though.
Exactly. So will Pat Mahomes. You know.
Yeah.
Pat threw 2 picks today. I didn't see the second one.
That's a game winner.
Winner. Yeah.
The first one was that one in the end zone that Elam or whoever his name
Just
was,
snagged.
just decided
anytime
he wanted to take the ball.
Yeah, anytime Juju is in the defensive stats,
Not good.
It's not good. It's better than seeing Mahomes' name in there, right?
That's true.
Yeah, shout out to the Bills.
They
man.
they did it. It seems like that's the step they
That's
needed.
the step.
Think this
At
is
Arrowhead.
a preview game of something later on?
I'd be disappointed if we didn't see this again.
AFC Championship game.
I'd be disappointed.
I want to see him in the AFC Championship game.
And Buffalo wants it
together.
in Buffalo though.
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do. And I think that's the best 2 quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's fun to freaking see that. You know, and
Best
something
quarterback's not named Andy Dalton.
I think, and don't get me wrong, I think if Rodgers had some weapons around him, he'd be in that conversation too. But right now, it's definitely those two guys.
And something cool that I never even thought about till Tony Romo talked about it on the broadcast. He was like,
"What was it, Jim?"
Oh, Jim!
Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes played in a golf match with Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady.
Yeah,
it's them two versus them two. So it's kind of like a passing of the torch.
That's literally the way they set it up.
Is that why they did
Yes.
that? Okay, I didn't remember that even happening.
Did you see?
That's pretty freaking cool.
Josh Allen hit a dude in the head with his tee shot.
I did not see that.
The guy standing
Did
in
he
the
die?
crowd. No.
You got to sue if you're him.
Because it was so funny. The guy's like, he's down on the ground. He's going, oh. And then they all said, ball up. Mahomes had teed off then. And they're all like, holy crap.
So you say Allen and Mahomes were the top 2. Who's 3?
Herbert or Lamar?
Lamar, if you go off this year.
I mean, thinking this year, it's
Herbert ain't stepped.
It's
He ain't
rough.
take that step.
He's still playing well. Overall, them as a team,
He's
though.
playing well. It's just not as well as we
it's
all.
just
kinda
not. It's
expected.
just not all. It's not coming together for them as a team.
Like
playing
Rodgers
good
and
football,
Brady don't look like Rodgers and Brady.
Brady
it's hard
does
to
not
count
look
them
like
out
Brady at all.
Yeah, it's hard to count them out still, but it's
I
an
think
interesting conversation.
Let's just put it in tiers and like
Them
tier
two
one,
are by themselves.
Yeah,
I can
and
agree
then
with that.
Tier 2, let's say,
and honestly, it's not particularly close in my opinion.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Well, they just do it.
Kirk's playing some good football.
Yeah, he is. They do it in like such a different way. Them two are similar. Except
they're the same person.
Yeah, except Allen runs a little more, but Mahomes can run when it matters.
Allen's legs are better than Mahomes.
Yeah,
I would say.
But I give the slight edge on playmaking to Mahomes.
Yeah, I was going to say Mahomes.
I would too.
Mahomes can make just better straight up passes.
When they get outside the pocket, Mahomes is going to look to try and throw the ball somewhere weird. Allen's going to be like, okay, I'm putting my freaking head down using this 250 on somebody.
But as you see in the rushing, Allen 12 for 32, Mahomes 4 for 21. Mahomes can make the play when he
knows
has to.
when to do it.
Yeah, exactly. I always think back to is either the Titans or the Texans that year they went and won the Super Bowl when he made like a 32-yard run.
Yeah,
he like, hit a spin move on the sideline and everything.
Early Russell Wilson, like Russ used to always have that threat of like, I can get it if I need to.
Yeah,
it's just so fun to watch them two play quarterback.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, it is truly special to watch them play. Good. And I'm glad that the game lived up to the hype that everybody in the world had given it.
Yeah. Looking though, I mean, I'm really, I guess that second tier though. Who is it? Burrow. You forget about him. Who's
Burrow, Herbert, Lamar.
Burrow, Herbert, Lamar.
If we're excluding Rodgers and Brady.
Yeah.
Like I think you have to.
I think they're in that next tier where it's the legends, but this year they don't look like it.
I think Hurts is a tier below Herbert and all of them because he's got to do it for another.
What about
year.
Carson
Look,
Wentz?
look now. Hold on now. Tom Brady's still playing really good quarterback. I mean, the team is not good. It's not succeeding, but like I don't think it really falls on him. Look at that.
He didn't look good in the first month. Like
7 touchdowns is alarming.
Yeah, he's not putting up the numbers that you would expect. Here's their points this year: 19, 20, 12, 31, 21, 18.
But has he had his full group of receivers?
Today he did.
Today he did. They only scored 1 touchdown.
Against the Steelers.
What he hasn't had is consistent offensive line play.
Yeah.
And we all know
that's his fault. He builds an own.
Yeah.
And he does that.
You can't be 45 years old and getting hit in the mouth.
Yeah, it'd be like us talking about Roger, like poor old Aaron Rodgers for not having wide receivers. He did it to himself.
He's only taken 9 sacks this year, though, which over 6 games isn't terrible.
No.
And then I think Herbert, Lamar, Burrow in that second tier, Rodgers and Brady in that third.
I want to put Burrow in that second tier. I don't know if I'm ready to yet or not.
I think he's
close. He's close, but I don't know.
He's closer than Hurts.
I've got a question to ask.
Yeah.
Where's Trey Lance fall in there?
Let's not do that again.
I didn't bring the Clonidine or the Ativan.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Were you here? Did you listen to that? Oh man.
Yeah.
Clay went on like a 20-minute rant about Trey Lance and playing quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. He was banging the table over here. It was bad, man.
All over a silly little rookie contract.
Pretty much.
The dude's played 4 games and Clay's about to break a table.
I'm not even really a fan of him, but
yeah, that's fool.
Yeah, like I mean, I like him, but like
even Andre commented on Facebook.
It's not like what I am with Lamar or crap. I guess Baker. or Hurts or even Burrow. Like
speaking of Andre, I'm gonna comment to him on Facebook like he did with us with the Braves. I'm gonna comment to him real quick.
Yes,
yeah. I need to do that. So
Dallas Cowboy fans, y'all all right?
Yeah.
So I guess last game, Cowboys Eagles.
Fly Eagles fly.
Eagles looked like they were going to give it away. They went up. What was it? 20-0.
Yeah, I am really disappointed in Cooper Rush.
Did they go up 20-0 or was it 20-3?
18 for 38 with 3 picks.
20-3.
Yes, 20-0.
20-0.
Then Maher gets a kick at the end of the first half. Then the Cowboys, I mean, it's classic Eagles.
Philly is just really good.
Yeah, classic Eagles where they don't really get aggressive in the second half, let the other team come back. But then you like to see that they stepped up at that last 7-minute drive and put the dagger in their heart, you know? And the defense, I've been talking about it all year. They stepped up. Big play Slay had a pick. CGJ had 2 picks. They got a little pressure on Rush. He looked like a backup quarterback finally. And that's what I expected from him.
I think that's kind of like all these guys that step up and like they come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I think they're on kind of a time clock. Like they got a little bit in them for a little while, but
let that film get out there.
Yeah. Yep.
Scroll up to the box score.
How about the New York Football Giants at second place in the NFC Beast at 5-1?
Yeah. Hurts 15 for 25, 155 and 2 touchdowns. He looked like he played a solid game. His numbers, his passing numbers are never just going to jump off the board though.
It's a lot, and I know you're going to be like, "What are you talking
Lamar.
about?" No, it's a lot like the Jets.
Yeah.
They're going to beat the dog out of somebody running the football, and they're going to throw off of it.
And they're playing just good defense.
Run
They're
first.
playing good football.
Run first.
Definitely.
Yeah,
and
old school.
That's not what I expected
And
them to do
the
this year,
Giants,
but
too,
why,
honestly.
Why would you go away from if it's working right now?
Yeah.
The Jets right now or the Giants, you know?
Except the difference in those 3 teams, Hurts seems to be able to make the play when he has to.
Correct. And
with Daniel Jones, you don't want to trust
Daniel Jones, you can't trust it. Zach Wilson, you ain't seen it enough yet.
Yes. While Hurts, you haven't seen it a lot this year. I mean, today he did it.
But,
He hit
you
Smith.
know, them Jets fans or Jets ownership or whatever has to be happy to see their team winning football games.
Oh,
when
absolutely.
Zach Wilson likes to throw the ball 15 times.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
A lot of good football teams in the Northeast, man.
Yeah.
it's
Golly.
good for the New York fans, man. You know,
It's fun when the Jets are good.
it's fun when the Jets and the Giants are good. Like it's just cool. You never see it. It's so rare for everybody.
I'm still hesitant to call the Giants good.
They're 5-1.
I don't know.
Is it their
20
schedule
million
horrible?
people in New York. 20 million.
Yeah, their schedule's pretty bad.
So they all right. Go to the Giants
Hold
schedule. real
up.
quick.
Before that, click on Philly's schedule because you're going. Philly might go undefeated.
They might run the table.
Look at this: Steelers, Texans, Commanders, Colts.
They might run the table.
You're looking at maybe that Packers game at the end of November.
Giants game.
Do they have 2 Giants games into the year?
Ooh. They hadn't played them yet. Yeah.
And another Cowboys game. That's gonna be a fun last month. And the Bears.
And the Saints.
They're going to be favored in every game they play for the rest of the season.
They should be.
Crazy.
That's gonna be fun, man.
And then who? Giants.
They're a good
Click on the
team.
Giants,
And in my opinion, they're easy to root for.
Oh, for sure.
Do y'all feel that way?
I don't mind rooting for them.
I don't really have a problem with the Eagles.
I don't know. We had some playoff matchups back in the day that
Scroll down a little bit more,
Saints
Bill.
always won, but in my mind I'm always like F the Eagles, you know. Y'all remember that chick in that shirt that said F the Eagles on the sideline? Oh man, that was like in 2008, 9.
Looking at the Giants schedule, they might be favored in all their games until they play the Vikings.
Yeah. Well, because they're playing the last place schedule.
They could be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 1.
They might lose next week in Jacksonville.
They're going to lose 1 or 2 of these games.
And at Seattle, that's a lot tougher than you think.
You can't say good job enough to Brian Dable right now. though.
Yeah, for sure. But it's
Is it sustainable? It obviously is for right now.
So look at the way they've won.
Dirty football games.
20-10, 19-16, 20-12, 27-22, 24-20.
Yeah, I think their average is 23.
Yeah. If someone scores above 20-ish, they're looking rough. But
Andre said touche on Facebook, by the way.
if you win, you win. So, I did not expect them to beat the Ravens, but they did it. So
I predicted it.
Shout out to them.
All right.
This is a fun episode. Somehow only ended up being an hour 20. So
most of that baseball, huh?
And football
about
today
55
was kinda,
minutes of that.
Like we said before we recorded, football is just like kind of
Yeah. The NFL was a weekday, but it was still fun.
I think
Still
we're a little
football.
motivated to get through it too.
Yeah, we were, and I think they
Long
kind
baseball
of
talk.
set this up with the week schedule to have Chiefs Bills as the focal point.
Yeah,
you know, because everybody knew that was going to be a heck of a game.
Our Lions are coming back next week. We're going to be healthy.
We're going to beat the Cowboys.
We're bringing in Swift. We're ready to roll.
Amon-Ra is going to be healthy.
We're ready to roll, guys.
Yes, sir.
Who do we play next week?
Cowboys.
Really?
A big game tomorrow night.
Broncos country.
Broncos country.
I'm ashamed to say that's going to be the first football game my son watches.
Yes.
Let's just hope he sleeps through
Maybe
it.
Herbert. Maybe Herbert
I know
will
I
swing
will.
like for 360 yards and 4 touchdowns or something.
There you go. He would say bolt up.
Keenan will be
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, Keenan is out again. So get Keenan back, man.
Brees Hall, man.
All right.
Gee, those Packers uniforms are horrible today.
Who dat?
Go Warriors.
Or who day today, I
Go
guess.
Warriors, baby.
Chop on.
Astros to the series.
Bang that can.
Chase, wake up. Can. There it is.
Kirk.
This ain't how it's supposed to be. It should be just you and me. I feel